A lot of people have been asking questions still. It's been a popular topic for weeks now about William Regal. A report came out this week, and I believe I have an article here from PW Insider, Mike Johnson. WWE sources have confirmed William Regal has officially come to terms on his new position within the company and will start the first week of January. We are told Regal will have a vice president position in the company when he returns, but we have not heard what his official title or role will be. William Regal returning as vice president, undefined role. What are your thoughts?
Well, and obviously that's what they wanted him for. They didn't want him to come back and be a manager on television or, specifically be the general manager, authority figure, whatever, of NXT. A lot of people were talking about that. That's something he's done before, but that was an extension of the jobs and responsibilities he had. You knew that Triple H has always been close to Regal. Regal helped him when Triple H first was starting in WCW and Regal had first got there, but he'd still been in the business a while. He's, as we've talked about, a great guy to listen to if you want to train or if you want to know psychology or just the ins and outs of the actual physical aspect of wrestling, all those things. And so, yes, I'm sure Triple H wants him for some type of vice president of developmental or of training or scouting or talent acquisition or, jerking a knot in talent's tail or whatever they come up with. That's what he's going to be doing. And I saw people say, well, apparently now the story is that there was a clause in whatever out Tony Khan gave him to get out early that he couldn't be on camera for the WWE. And people were going, well, how dare Tony do that? I thought he was going to be different. Well, that would be a smart thing if he did do that, if he inserted that, well, at least he can't leave my TV and go right back to their TV. I don't know whether that's the case or not, but that was something that was reported, and that I would agree with Tony on. But the point is, WWE had no problem in agreeing to that, or would have had no problem, because that's not primarily what they want him for. He's important behind the scenes at his age, with his experience, and with the respect and goodwill he has for most of the people in the business. I'm sure there were people in AEW that wouldn't even listen to William Regal, for fuck's sake, because they know it all. But the respect and everything he has for most people, that's where he's most valuable in that company moving forward, as they can get another, even at his age, 10 years or however long that he wants to stay involved, of his knowledge and experience in building and developing new talent. And that's what he's going to be doing. I would certainly almost bet my house on it.
And again, no problem with Tony insisting on 1 year off TV. That's the smart thing to do.
Well, yes, because again, it wasn't going to stop the deal. Like I said, because obviously they want Regal for more than just to be on camera, but at least and all the smart fans are going to go, well, we all know, that he's going anyway. Well, yeah, but they don't need to, number one, beat you over the head with it by sticking him on TV the week after he gets there. And secondly, as we've found out with even the amount of attention that the CM Punk media scrum, all out, fallout, EVPs, suspended the whole 9 yards, all the attention that got on the internet from reports that we had from the buildings, there were still just the fans that go buy a ticket, go see the live show, watch it on TV ever so often, whatever, that were like, where are all these guys? What happened? They didn't know. There's plenty of people that watch NXT that don't watch AEW, just like even Uncle Dave reports the statistics on the pay-per-views. There's people who order the WWE pay-per-views that don't order the AEWs, and vice versa. And there's some people that order the AEW pay-per-views that don't order the Ring of Honor, or vice versa, whatever. So you can't just assume everybody knows everything. And if Regal showed up on Raw or SmackDown or NXT or whatever after this bizarre exit from AEW, that would kind of rub a little sodium into the wounds. But I'll tell you, again, John Barrymore at the Palladium didn't have the number of fucking curtain calls that William Regal had to get him out of that company. He walked out, he was carried out, and then he spoke from beyond the grave. It was like they were one of those created adventure books where you get to choose the ending based on which fucking path you want to take.
Just to go back to that, the MJF hitting him with the brass knuckles, that was the perfect final goodbye. Once we got to that point, okay, let it play out. Him coming back after that defeats the whole purpose of that being the last image you have of William Regal on TV there, which helps the world champion.
Oh, but cleverly it was taped 2 weeks beforehand, see? And Schiavone, boy, you can trust Tony Schiavone with government secrets. Because he didn't...
Wasn't he just yelling about William Regal being a scumbag for turning on Moxley to go with MJF? If he knew about this, why was he yelling about that?
And he was also yelling at MJF for being a scumbag when he told him blah, 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 blah. But point is, with that, yes, it should have been the out, and MJF should have explained what needed to be explained. But instead, because I guess 17 people probably had a hand in that, trying to figure out how to get rid of him.
Well, Jim, we've spoken a lot about William Regal here on the show recently. It's been a popular topic. He has finally made a comment on Twitter a couple of days ago. Let me read this to you, get your thoughts. There seems to be a lot of news about me getting spread around. There's enough people who really know me, although they are few, as trust is a big issue with me, who know the truth. Unless you hear it from me directly, it is at best secondhand information. Unless you hear it directly from me, all in caps, it is either wrong or someone's interpretation of what is really going on. And that means everything, in caps, that is being said about me from every source, in quotes.
That's escalated over that tweet.
That goes for anyone saying, and that's all in caps, they have spoken or know me. A still tongue keeps a wise head. Yeah, well, the source for our information was Tony at that press conference.
Yeah, that's kind of where we got that from. Of course, we had been mentioning that he was going back for some time, and wouldn't you know who won the pony?
And that's what happened, of course.
That's what happened. We didn't say we heard it from William Regal, and I know William Regal, but I haven't spoken to him about this, and that's why I never said I did. I think he's talking about some of these other people with the lack of journalistic integrity that you and I possess.
I will confirm that William Regal is not my source for William Regal news.
I concur, and I do the same, but we still seem to be getting it mostly right.